When most people think about wealth, their minds instantly go to skyscraper headquarters, massive bank accounts, or complex stock market investments. But the ultra-rich see wealth differently. For them, the true engine of growth doesn't lie only in financial capital, but in human capital. Human resources are not treated as a bureaucratic department of hiring and payroll. To the ultra-rich, HR is a strategic lever, an invisible battlefield where the greatest victories of wealth are achieved. While small and medium-sized businesses often view their teams as expenses to be minimized, the ultra-rich see every person under their leadership as a multiplier of value, an asset capable of generating returns far greater than any traditional investment. They don't hire just to fill roles. They design teams that operate like high-performance armies. Their wealth is not born only from the money they invest, but from the collective intelligence they are able to gather and channel in the right direction. This perspective radically changes how they build empires. While most companies waste years trying to slash payroll costs, the ultra-rich pour resources into attracting global talent, crafting magnetic corporate cultures, and training internal leaders capable of sustaining growth for decades. To them, human resources are not a fixed cost. They are the most precious goldmine. And here's a detail most people miss. By turning people into assets of value, the ultra-rich shield their companies from crises and turbulence. When markets crash and financial assets collapse, well-structured teams keep innovating, adapting strategies, and pushing growth forward. That's why many billionaires don't just survive downturns, they emerge from them stronger. While others scramble to cut losses, they double down on human capital, because they know that brilliant minds can create opportunities that numbers alone never could. Now pause for a moment and think. How many times have you wondered why some companies seem unstoppable, while others with similar products remain stagnant? The answer almost always lies in people. The ultra-rich know it. It's not about simply having employees, but about building human ecosystems where every individual feels part of something bigger, committed to a vision, and motivated to deliver exceptional results. They use HR strategies to transform work into a field of purpose and belonging, which drives productivity in ways that are almost invisible, yet incredibly powerful. That is one of the best-kept secrets. Wealth is not about controlling physical assets, but about leading human intelligence. And if you're enjoying this fresh perspective, take this moment to subscribe to Investor School. Here, we dive deep into insights rarely revealed to the public, and I promise the next chapters will expand your thinking about wealth and investments even further. The most fascinating part is that this strategy of benefiting from human resources isn't reserved only for billionaires. Of course, the ultra-rich have access to global consultants, elite universities, and exclusive talent pools. But the core principle is available to anyone who understands the power of building teams and strategic relationships. Think about it. If the ultra-rich build fortunes by treating human capital as their most valuable asset, what's stopping you from applying the same mindset on a smaller scale, in your own career, your network, or your business? Human resources are not just a department, they are the science of multiplying results through people. The ultra-rich discovered this long ago, and now it's your chance to see through the same lens, to transform how you view human capital, and by doing so, unlock opportunities for growth that most people never even imagine. When we look at the ultra-rich, it becomes clear that they don't see people as interchangeable pieces in a machine. To them, every individual represents an opportunity to multiply impact. A visionary engineer can create a product that generates billions in revenue. A sharp strategist can rescue a company from financial collapse and turn it into a global leader. A charismatic leader can inspire thousands of employees to perform at levels they never imagined possible. This is why the ultra-rich treat human resources as a form of hidden leverage. They know the right human capital can transform a small business into a global powerhouse within a few years. Their wealth doesn't come only from what they own, but from what the right people are able to create alongside them. That's the fundamental difference between those who merely accumulate money and those who build lasting empires. The first try to control limited resources, while the second expand infinitely through human capabilities. This perspective also explains why the ultra-rich are constantly surrounded by the brightest minds. They don't just hire based on resumes, they hire for vision, resilience, and the ability to anticipate the future. They understand that investing in people delivers higher returns than almost any other type of investment. It's like planting seeds in fertile soil. Each talented person grows, flourishes, and multiplies results in a chain reaction. That's why billionaire families create leadership programs within their companies, and why top investment funds spend millions on executive training. They know that every dollar put into people comes back multiplied many times over. While most business owners are still chasing quick shortcuts or desperate cost cuts, the ultra-rich are building the human foundation that guarantees exponential results for decades to come. This is why so many fortunes survive for generations, weathering economic crashes, technological revolutions, and market shifts that bring weaker giants to their knees. Here's the most powerful insight. This secret isn't out of your reach. You don't need to own a multinational corporation to apply the mindset of the ultra-rich when it comes to human resources. Think of your own life as a company. Who are the people around you? What kind of talent are you attracting into your circle? Who are the mentors you learn from, the partners you cultivate, the collaborators you value? Often, the difference between being stuck in a cycle of stagnation or breaking through to exponential growth comes down to the human circle you build. The ultra-rich don't isolate themselves in ivory towers. On the contrary, they create networks of human capital so strong that even when one plan fails, there's always someone in the team capable of presenting an even better solution. That's what keeps their growth unstoppable. And if you begin to see your own network, your colleagues, and your partnerships as an invisible source of wealth, you will realize you've already taken the first step to playing the same game they play. So here it's the ultimate conclusion. The ultra-rich benefit from human resources, not because they have more money to spend on hiring, but because they have the vision to value people in ways others overlook. They turn individuals into wealth multipliers, idea generators, and guardians of their legacy. And that's a game you can also learn to play. The greatest investment you can make is not just in stocks, real estate, or sophisticated funds. It is in people. In your teams, in your partners, in your network of trust. Those who understand this unlock a level of prosperity that goes beyond money and taps into the true power of building the future. And here at Investor School, my mission is to reveal these hidden insights and show you how to apply them step by step until you completely transform the way you see investments. Because in the end, true wealth is not only what you accumulate, but what you're able to build when the right people stand by your side. If there is one undeniable truth, it is this. Every empire ever built, financial, political, or cultural, was founded on people. The ultra-rich have simply mastered what history has been whispering all along. Human capital is the most resilient and the most transformative form of wealth. Think of the great companies that changed industries forever. Behind every innovation, every expansion, and every leap forward were people. Leaders with vision, teams with relentless discipline, and individuals whose creativity reshaped what was possible. The ultra-rich don't leave this to chance. They design environments where these people can thrive, knowing that each mind unlocked becomes a catalyst for exponential growth. But herein is the reflection most people never pause to make. If the ultra-rich rely so heavily on people to build their fortunes, why do so many individuals neglect the very same principle in their own lives? Your personal wealth is not just in your bank account. It is in your network, your mentors, your collaborators, and the trust you build over time. Every relationship is either draining or multiplying your energy, your vision, and your opportunities. The ultra-rich are deliberate about this. They curate their circles with care, choosing to spend time with those who elevate them, challenge them, and open doors that money alone could never unlock. This is not luck. It is strategy. And it is a strategy you can start applying immediately, no matter where you are today. So as we close this journey, I invite you to think bigger. What would change in your life if you began treating human resources, not just in a corporate sense, but in a personal, practical way, as the cornerstone of your wealth strategy? What if every person you connected with was seen as a potential bridge to ideas, opportunities, and growth you cannot yet imagine? That's the lens of the ultra-rich, and that's the reason they continue to grow while others remain stuck. True wealth is not static. It is alive, breathing, and expanding through people. And that is the secret hidden in plain sight.